Today I'm going to explain to you how I wired my lights into my 2018 Raptor. Now there's some confusion, at least I had a lot of confusion, because online there are some videos showing how to do it on a 2017 Raptor. And I believe there's a difference between the two vehicles. I ordered lights from Rigid. You can get them from anybody. And I talked to Rigid on how to install them, and they're familiar with the Raptor installation with the auxiliary switches that are in the overhead console. So this is what we did. This is the harness that would have come with the lights. I haven't hooked up my backup lights yet, but this is the harness that came with it. It's a plug and play. You have these two wires that plug into the lights. This harness that would run forward goes into a relay, into a fuse, and into a switch. You'd hook the black wire to ground and the red wire to positive. Flip your switch off and on, you've got lights. Well, on the Raptor you have auxiliary switches. You don't need any of this because the switches are already fused and have relays built into them. So you simply cut the wire right here, and you're going to splice these two black ones, because there's two lights, are going to go to ground, and the two red ones, you can put them together if you want both lights to go on at the same time with the same switch, and you're going to run them to the auxiliary switch that you want, 1 through 6. Now, there is some problems. You'll get a book with your 2018 Raptor, and the Raptor book will tell you on page 48 the auxiliary switches 1 through 6, the fuses are the amperage that they draw. Now this is important because some lights would only require 1.5 amps or 1.6 amps, and they could be put onto a 5 amp auxiliary switch, where light bars could draw 10 amps and they would be required to put on a 10 amp or a 15 amp auxiliary switch. So it's important that you know how much your lights are drawing before you hook them up to which switch it is. And according to the switches on my 2018, which was built somewhere in October, they give you a wiring diagram showing the color codes that you're supposed to hook up to. Well, guess what? Those colors don't exist in my truck. These are the correct colors for the switches, and I'll show you where they are. So let's go into the other room and see what we got. I also play with antique cars. This is my 1934 Packard that I'm restoring. This is the Raptor. And these are the lights that I hooked up. These are driving, these are fog, and these are pencil beam that shine down the street. They're spots. I took these lights and I ran the wires up behind the grill. I pulled off this panel. There's these little clips that pull up, and when you pull that clip up comes the pin, and then you just put the clip back in, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these little clips. Take this off and you can run the wires up behind the headlights, across, and then you can run the harness. I ran it through the radiator support, in behind the battery, and here they are. And what I did is I put numbers on them. These are number 3 switch I want it on. This set of lights I went on number 5. This set of lights I went on number 4. Well, here's where the problem comes in. What we have here is 2 bundles of wire that come through the firewall. One set of wires were taped to this vertical cable. It was folded up and back and taped. This set of wires is a pass-through set on my truck. This set of wires, which was taped back here to this harness, these are the hot wires that go to my switches. Now some videos show these wires as being hot, which on mine I hooked them up and they didn't work because they're dead. These wires here are the actual hot ones. These go right to the switch. From the switch they go to a relay, and from the relay they go to a fuse. So these are the wires that you would be using. Now, if you wanted to hook up, say, a GoPro, or you needed an auxiliary device inside your truck, you would have to splice these wires to the pass-through wires to get the power inside the truck. That would save you drilling a hole through the firewall. But in my case, we're just going to splice these wires together. Now here's where the problem comes in. In your book, it's going to tell you, your Ford supplement book for the Raptor, it's going to tell you these wires here, auxiliary switch number 1, which is a green-blue, is 15 amps. Well, I don't have a green-blue. I have a green-white, which is a thick wire, and that's my number 1 auxiliary switch. So these are the correct colors for my 2018 Raptor, which was built in October of this year. So do what you want, but there are some videos showing these wires hooked up as the power wires, and I don't know. I know I couldn't get any power out of those. I hope this helps solve some of your questions. Also, in this back of this book, it tells you where the fuse locations are. And that would, I thought at first that the fuses were missing because I had no power. But it was just the fact that I was using the wrong bundle. Good luck. But it's very simple when you use the right wires and the right colors. Like, I want to hook up this number 3 wire. I'm going to hook it up number 3 switch, which is gray and yellow. And if I look, I have a gray and yellow wire right here. There's the green right here. I have a blue and white, a green and white wire. I have a, let's see, a yellow and green wire. So I have my green and yellow wire right there. I have a brown and blue wire. And let's see, brown and blue. And this one right here is this is my gray and yellow wire right here. Although it looks like it's yellow and violet. But these don't agree. Good luck. Thank you.